All right, so I'm going to do just a really quick walkthrough on creating the different types of custom audiences or different types of audiences in Facebook. So you want to be in your business manager. You go to your business manager settings here, or sometimes you have to hit all tools, and it'll be here. Not business manager settings, scratch that, but you want to go to audiences. It'll take a second. And right now we only have 3 audiences in here, and there's one of each kind. We have a custom audience, we have a lookalike audience, and we have a saved audience. And you can make saved audiences as you actually create ads if you want when you're testing different targeting. The saved audience is an audience that you just kind of type in who you're targeting or the demographics or interests, and then location and things of that nature, right? So we have 3 different ones. So the custom audience here was an import from MailChimp. So if you go to create audience and you create a custom audience, you could either import directly through MailChimp, or you could upload a customer file, or you could use the pixel data or other data to create an audience based off of certain behaviors in that data. You could even use a Facebook video or lead forms, engagement with your page, engagements from your Instagram business file. But standard, like an email list import, you want to click on that. And then you could use these options. So if you have more advanced options, this would be great. But normally most people are going to either want to import through MailChimp if they have MailChimp, and if not, use a file that doesn't have the lifetime value. And you could set up your identifiers. Normally what I do is I just upload a file, or you could copy and paste, and you could literally just paste emails in here. Name your audience, save. So that's a custom audience. You want to have at least 1,000 emails to get the data points that Facebook wants. After you have your custom audience, which would be this, you would click on that and you make a lookalike audience off of that. So you go to action and you just create a lookalike. And normally you could test all different variants, but the 1% lookalike is pretty effective from what I've used. You can make multiple lookalike audiences. You could even kind of narrow it down if you want, and then you name your source and you go there. So that's where we have our custom audience, we have our lookalike audience, and then this is a saved audience. So if you go to create a saved audience, it's really simple. It's just like in the ads manager, when you're after you create your campaign, this is the next part you see. And you basically create an audience, or in the ads manager, there's also an option to upload or use a custom audience, right? So this is where you do that, or you could even kind of narrow it down. So I'm going to create a new saved audience right now. I'm going to do a lookalike audience based off of that, and we're going to focus in Southern California. So this guy will have 2 Southern California audiences to test. He's going to test his entrepreneur audience, which has like Lewis Howes and Dave Meltzer and Grant Cardone in Southern California. And then we're also going to use a lookalike audience based off the MailChimp import. And we're going to call it lookalike 1%. So he's going to have 4 audiences by the end of this, right? And we're just going to do, now I've tried this and I'm going to type it in, but I can never see that. So I'm just going to just do 50-mile radiuses of certain areas. So this guy is in San Diego. San Diego. I'm going to do a 50-mile radius. We're going to add Los Angeles, California, 50-mile radius. We're going to do Ventura. Yeah. Radius. If you wanted Southern California, kind of the east part of the desert area, so we'll start with Palm Springs because it's a little bit further out there. Springs. 50-mile radius. And just for and he wanted Orange County, so I haven't been able to do counties, so we're just gonna do Irvine, which is in the middle of Orange County, and a 50-mile radius. And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw Arizona in there. So there's a pretty good entrepreneur community out there in Arizona. So we're gonna do Phoenix, which a 50-mile radius will also include Scottsdale, which is a pretty good community. Maybe I'm biased because I have friends out there, but I have friends in this space. So we have a potential audience of 790,000 lookalike audience based off that MailChimp email living in here, right? So it's going to be called SoCal Lookalike 1%. We're not doing anything crazy with ages. We're going to filter by English. Probably don't need to, but maybe in English. All right. So that's a new saved audience, right? So we have SoCal entrepreneurs, which is going to be a little bit broader. We have about 150,000 or so more people. Now we have SoCal Lookalike 1%. Now we have our lookalike for MailChimp. And then we have, which is in the US, and then we have the MailChimp. And that is it. So those are some of your lookalike audiences. You definitely want to have those set up, and then as you progress, you're going to have a lot more, and based on pixel data and people opting in for certain things, but not submitting their email or whatever. There's so many different custom audiences based on behavior, but this is a very easy, basic start. And this is really easy for if you want to start boosting from your phone. You're not going to get like a lot of traffic or anything, but you could get a lot of brand awareness with those boosts from your phone. Don't spend too much money with that strategy, and you are good to go. And we're going to end this now.